Calhoun helped create soul, R&B, funk, and rock and roll as we know it today. That's a mouthful in and of itself. That literally covers pretty much every popular music genre in this country. He's also started 9 churches and written 5 fearless books. I think that's amazing to be creative in so many different aspects.
We just thought it's still here, so we just keep passing back to it. And we finished our set, sort of, but then there was a roller coaster that was close to the boardwalk, and we decided to go on the roller coaster. And I made the mistake of I wish I had a seating chart, or pre-seating chart. I made a mistake of getting 4 or 5 rows behind Clark.
The interesting thing, coming of age in the 80s, though, is I get reintroduced to a lot of that same music through a completely different lens, which is hip hop and the sample. And so I'm curious, as a musician that creates that original product, that original sound, what is your overall view of that sound then being taken and repurposed for what effectively is at that point, a new genre of music?
Wow, that's a great question. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's great.
I am really interested to know how you ended up becoming a pastor and how that tied into your musical journey.
Some people have always said that the artists are the first one to see the beauty in the world, and that they have a natural inclination to see things that don't exist, love and all the things that other people from the intellectual side, they have to think their way into it. With an artist, it just comes natural. And I found that to be true. I mean, there's several people here today that, like, he's a drummer. You know, he's a drummer, he's an artist, and he's a musician. My friend who flew in from Colorado, and we bonded immediately, and that bond has been there. But Bill, you've not worked it in an artistic capacity since,
long time.
Yeah, right.
We encounter a lot of writers here in this space, and they have a very similar view of writing. I actually had a writer here, Roger Reeves, who said being a writer is the most blue-collar job that you can have for someone that doesn't go outside and do work.
Oh,
and that you have to do that every day. I'm curious, you have 3 books that you've written. Was that a similar discipline when you were writing? How did that come about? Because it's a very different creative outlet, let's say, than playing an instrument.
But now we didn't these questions, we didn't talk about them beforehand. They're just coming. I seem to have picked the occupations or the vocations where an obsessive personality is actually a benefit. You know, like when I got into athletics, you could find me 9 to 10 hours a day practicing just bouncing a ball or running up a hill or doing whatever it was I was doing. Then when I started playing music, I worked at it. My idea was everybody else works 8 hours a day, you work 8 hours a day. Get up in the morning, the first half of the day you practice scales. You eat lunch and then come back. And whether I had a job or not, I did that every day for at least a year or 2.
And you said something about American music and whatever other music. When you had the British invasion, were the Beatles and Rolling Stones influenced enough by American music that you call it American music?
The problem with that is when I was in high school, they had a questionnaire, who's better, the Rolling Stones or the Beatles? And he asked a guy to comment on the Beatles who answered the questionnaire the other way. I would not be the best person to address that.
You lumped them together.
My brother was going up to Oakland. I came home to my mom's house one time, and Bobby Seale and Huey Newton and my brother were sitting in my living room. And I'm out doing what I'm doing, and my mom kind of has a sense of what's going on. That's the level of tumult and what was going on at the time. But to your point, yeah, there was anti-establishment, but I think it was grounded in fear.
Thread that you think that connects jazz and R&B and hip hop and rock and roll all into this one uniquely American kind of American music they're in.
Well, I'm not sure that what I was referring to is necessarily musical as far as notes. It's just that the approach to life, the way we view the world and others around us. I mean, I've lived abroad long enough to know there's a distinct American viewpoint of the way we look at life and look at the world, and it manifests itself in the way we create art. American music can be a lot of things. And what Johnny and I, this is Johnny Ball saying. Hey! We just kind of met and we're just going to have some fun. We're going to do a song by Miles Davis. And then we're going to stop and we're going to start it again and show you how easy it is to transition and how it translates over to the funk category. Right? All right. So you'll be able to hear the difference, and hopefully it'll be distinguishable at some level. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. You can do it like in a funky version. Yeah. And I'll just start it real quick. Now we're doing. We'll do the head in a minute. Now we're in the
Right.
Still going.
Still here.
It's spoken word, but more musical than song than straight spoken word. And then I do.
Yeah, man.